am Barb, Maple PhD, and I love dinosaurs. I've loved them my whole life. My mom actually got me into dinosaurs when I was a kid because she loved them too. And in fact, we even volunteered at our local science museum during an animatronic dinosaur exhibit one summer, and then for a year in the dinosaur hall. But what that means is that I also love dinosaur games. So here we're going to count through my top 3 dinosaur-themed games. My number 3 is Draftosaurus. This is a simple drafting game where you are drafting little dinosaur pieces to put into your park. You are pulling little wooden dinosaurs out of a bag and holding them in your hand, or we use little silicone cups to make it easier to pass them around the table. But you're going to take one dinosaur and then pass on your cup to the next player. And then you're going to place your dinosaur somewhere in your park. Now, there's always a die roll each turn, and the person who rolls the die can place their dinosaur anywhere. Everyone else has to follow the rule on the die that comes up, which could be you can only place on the right side of your park, or you can only play on the left side of your park, or there are certain pens that you can place in this time, or they can't have a T-Rex yet, that sort of thing. And then everyone's going to place their dinosaur and do it again. The pens all score in different ways, so maybe one is looking for pairs of dinosaurs or pairs of dinosaurs on either side of a bridge. There's another one where it has to be a different type of dinosaur, kind of a pyramid going down where you can't have the same two dinosaurs touching each other in this pyramid. So it's a lot of fun. There's a little bit of strategy to it. It's super quick and it's really cute when you get done and you look at your park with all of your little wooden dinosaur pieces in it. So that's Draftosaurus, my number 3. My number 2 is The Great Dinosaur Rush. This is a game where you are taking on the role of a paleontologist during the late 1800s, when things were kind of cutthroat in paleontology. The game is played over several rounds with different phases, including a few field phases where you are picking up bones on this map. You're publishing about different attributes of dinosaurs to make them more or less appealing to the public and give yourself more or fewer points at the end of the round when you build your dinosaur. And then you can do an additional action, which could just be publishing again or doing nice things like donating bones to the museum. Or you could be doing notorious things like stealing bones from one of the adjacent places on that bone map, or in other ways, screwing around with the other players. But you have to be careful of doing those notorious actions because you have to draw a notoriety token, which is possibly negative points at the end of the game, but only if you have the most negative points. Otherwise, everyone else gets it added to their score. So you want to be balancing out how bad you're being compared to how bad everyone else seems to be doing as well. Then after you've done some field phases, you are going to build up a dinosaur, and this is the part that I absolutely love because you have a few requirements for your dinosaur, like it has to have 2 limbs and a head and a tail and that sort of thing. But you have to use all of the bones that you have collected in some way or another. And you may have some goals that you are also trying to achieve, which tell you exactly where certain bones need to go in your design. But then you are also trying to get points through those publications. So maybe you want the largest limb, or you need the tallest dinosaur, or the most unique dinosaur, which has these, unique bones on them. And then everybody builds simultaneously behind their shield and then reveals their creations. And this is usually when there is a round of laughter around the whole table, and one of my favorite parts of this game. You score up those publications and then start again. You do this 3 different times, each time getting more and more bones, so your creations get more and more ridiculous by the end of the game. And so it's that laughter especially that makes this one of my favorite games, and that's The Great Dinosaur Rush, number 2. And my number 1 dinosaur-themed game is one that we've gotten to the table quite a bit this year because we put it on our 5x20 game challenge, and we've already played, I think, all of them. And that is Dinosaur World. This is a game where you are basically building out Jurassic Park. Um, Everybody has their own park. You have a park entrance, and then you're starting to add these tiles. Some of them hold dinosaurs that you need to get the right DNA to make. Some of them are other types of attractions, like a DNA lab or just a restaurant where you can make a little extra money where people eat. And so this is played again in different phases where you get these workers that you need to place in order to make your dinosaurs and get your DNA and upgrade various things in your park. And then you go on this little Jeeple tour where you are moving a Jeep around your park and activating different tiles as you go. You have a limited number that you can visit until you can, upgrade your Jeeple more. So then you can do more and more things, but you also have to remember to save some of your workers in order to activate those tiles. There are a lot of cool things about this game. Doing that little Jeeple tour and imagining your patrons having a good old time at your park is one of them. I really like that there's this mechanism where people get bored of exhibits the longer they've been there or the more times they have visited it. It is super frustrating when you're playing the game, but thematically it makes perfect sense because that is absolutely how people view theme parks. And I imagine a dinosaur park, even though it's really cool, might get the same way. One downfall is that there are a lot of tiny little bits in the game, but there's so much else that I like about it that just doesn't even bother me very much anymore. And so that is my number one dinosaur themed game, Dinosaur World. How about you? What dinosaur games do you like to get to the table? I'd love to hear about them. Maybe it's one that I've talked about or one that I should really try because I am always happy to try another new dinosaur game. Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you know when new videos come out. You can follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky as MeeplePhD, and I have a blog at meeplephd.com. I'll see you next time.